Hi Sagittarius, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. It's for all my Sagittarians, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women. We're now covering May 2nd to May 8th. And this week on the 2nd, we have Venus moving into Aries. So we're going to be drawn towards people, places, things that either offer or bring us a sense of like passion, excitement, adventure, magnetism. But Venus doesn't like to be in Aries. So we just got to be careful that we don't come off or become too aggressive or too self-absorbed. We're just like me. But I think overall this can be very, very exciting. Okay. On the 3rd, we have Jupiter sextiling Pluto. So at this time, we're going to be receiving and coming across opportunities to help us transform, go through some major deep transformation within ourselves and in our life in general. So you want to take advantage of this, even if things could be scary or unknown. This is going to be the time where the transition will be less scary. It won't have as many obstacles if you have faith and believe and you just go with it. Okay, but you guys know all about that. And then at the end of the week, we have Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all my beautiful mommies out there. Okay, so we're gonna be covering a little bit of health, work, and love. I'll have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards, okay? All right, so Sagittarius, when it comes to your health, it kind of feels like this could be kind of like there's something that you're battling with. Maybe there's like an attachment or an addiction or something you can't stop doing, or you're like addicted to coffee or addicted to chocolate, or I don't know. Or you're trying to cope with something that you're dealing with in your personal life by using this as a distraction. Like, you know, you want to do something. Sorry, I feel like I have something tickling me here. You want to do something that is probably not good for you, or you're just craving to do that so that you don't think about all the other feelings that you're dealing with. It's like, you know, alcohol or drugs or smoking. It's like people kind of do it to not think about reality or to kind of escape. But it just feels like now it's like you could be depending on it, or you're just afraid to feel what you're feeling. So you're just using this as a distraction possibly. Or there's something else in your life that you feel like is controlling you, and you can't control it. And that the thought of that is scary because you don't like to feel that way. You like to feel free, you like to feel lighthearted, and you don't want to fall into some like dark place and get into this hole that you can't get yourself out of. So just be aware of that, be careful. Like there are other things that you could be doing to kind of distract you or to help you move through like any pain or anything that you could be going through. You just want to be mindful and be careful that you don't become like addicted to anything. You know, because anything can become too much of anything can be bad for you, and it's all about moderation. Like you can still have fun, enjoy yourself. You don't have to be like, you know, perfect and not do anything. But anytime you know something is a problem, or you know something is like an addiction, if like you can't stop doing it, that's how you know that it's like, okay, this is a problem. So catch yourself. If you feel like, oh, you can't stop doing something or you can't live without it, then maybe look into that and be like, okay, why do I feel this way? Let me try to like slow it down so that I'm not depending on this thing to feel good or to feel happy. Because then it can become kind of dangerous, you know? So take care of yourself right now. Especially like I feel like some of you could be going through stuff in like your personal life, either with love, your family, friends, or something, and it like everything else could be going good, but it just feels like you don't know how to cope with it, or like it's exhausting you, or it could be kind of draining or giving you a lot of anxiety, stress, and you feel like it's taking over, and so you just don't want to you want to let loose, but you don't want to lose control. So you don't want to let anything control you to the point where like you can't stop doing it. So take care of yourselves at this time, okay? And there could be someone maybe that's influencing you, or maybe it's like stressing you out, or is the cause of you wanting to distract yourself or like escape. But there's a bunch of other ways that you can turn to that are good for you, that are, you know, going to help you and can still be like coping mechanisms or ways to de-stress or not think about things, like walking, yoga, meditation, listening to music, or working on arts and crafts, or whatever your passions are. Okay? All right. So when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, it feels like you're killing it here. You're killing it in your schoolwork, or your work, your business, your career, whatever it is that you have going for you. It feels like you're like on top of everything. You're a strong leader. You're passionate. You're motivated. Like people look up to you and they're always like, dang, like how does he or she do it? Like, man, like you're a boss, okay? Like you're on top of the world, you're killing it, you're doing really good, people look up to you, you have everything in order. You got everything in order, and it feels like this week you're pretty much in control. Things are going well. You could be working side by side or going to school or studying or have a mentor or you mentor someone who's an Aries, or there's an Aries energy around you kind of telling you to take charge, initiate, do what you got to do, have confidence in yourself. But it feels like you don't even need any help in this area of life. Like you're doing really good for yourself and you're on the right track. The only thing that I am seeing though, that's like, and I think maybe a lot of you could deal with this, or maybe this is like a lot of Sagittarians could deal with this, that like your work, your school, your money, your business, like all that stuff could be thriving and doing good, but then like your personal life sometimes could be a little bit questionable. Or maybe right now it kind of feels like that. It's like, man, like one area of my life is I'm good, I'm great, I'm happy, but this other area of my life, I'm just like, what the heck? I don't know what to do. So it kind of like cancels each other out in a way. But you're doing really good here, so don't stress, don't worry too much. When it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side, we have the Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Crystals, and Transformation in reverse. So some of you could have Scorpio somewhere in your chart, or maybe you're like a Scorpio Sag cusp, okay? And then on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. We have the Four of Crystals, Seven of Cups, and the Empress. Okay, so as far as who you could be dealing with, could be a Taurus, water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Taurus, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But of course, it doesn't have to be. It could be any sign. It could just be the energy this person's embodying, playing out at this time, or be like a mixed match of all those three. So it feels like someone here could have kind of like pushed you away, or disappointed you or let you down in some way, shape, or form. But it really wasn't that they wanted to do it. It's like they didn't want to do it, but they felt like they had to do it. And part of the reason for them doing this is really like their own insecurities. They may have pushed you away, or they are currently kind of pushing you away because they're in their own head, dealing with their own mix of emotions and not knowing, being confused, feeling like they don't know what's going on, or what they're like. This person could be dealing with substance abuse, addictions, attachments, partying, drugs, alcohol, or just being like really confused, not knowing what they're feeling or understanding their feelings and emotions, and feeling very insecure, or just dealing with a lot of insecurities. And so they're not purposely like trying to hurt you, and I feel like it's not really personal to you. It's more like a them thing, that they don't know how to process all these things, and so inevitably they're kind of like hurting you and pushing you away because they don't want you to see this, or they don't want you to be involved, or see them a mess, or see them dealing with issues, because I feel like they think really highly of you. This person knows that they're so lucky to have you, or so lucky to be in your presence. Like you have everything, you're a great person, so like kind, amazing, like you have amazing qualities about yourself. You're confident, you're independent, self-sufficient, smart, wise. You have a lot going for you, or you just have a bright future. You have a lot of things going for yourself, and anyone would be so lucky to have you. And like they truly admire you, they look up to you, they hold you into a high regard. But how they see you is not how they see themselves. They kind of feel less than you, or they feel like they're not good enough for you. And it could be a whole array of different reasons why they feel this way. One could be, finances, not knowing their purpose, or feeling like they can't give you everything that they want, or everything that they feel like you deserve. Maybe emotionally, they are kind of not emotionally mature, or not emotionally available. Again, they could be dealing with a lot of distractions, partying, drugs, alcohol, stuff like that, or just things that kind of like they don't know how to say no, or they are not sure of themselves yet. They lack confidence. And there's a lot of deep-rooted insecurities within this person that maybe have nothing to do with you, but it's something that they've been feeling for a long time, and now being with you, it just kind of like makes it more real. It just like comes up even more because they're around you. It just like causes them to be, or see all their faults, see all the things that they need to change, but they're just afraid to, or like don't want you to see in them. And it's not apparent though, it's not obvious, because this person's probably really beautiful or really handsome. Maybe they're very attractive, very hot. Like they could be someone who just like, oh my gosh, you would think that this person's super confident and like, you know, killing it, but really they're very, very insecure. They can have children. Maybe this person has children or is pregnant or is very fertile or wants to have children, wants to have a family. But regardless whether that's true or not for them, they are very beautiful physically, externally, are very handsome. You know, they look really good. They put themselves together. Like they look like they're perfect, like they are happy. And, but inside is a whole different thing. What you see is not always what you get. And I think that actually that this person may kind of feel inferior to you in some way, shape, or form. And maybe to you, you're like, what? Like, no, like, how can they think that way? Like, I don't feel that way at all. But it's how they feel. Because you could have come from a good family. Maybe you come from a good upbringing, good environment. Maybe you had all the necessities growing up, or you're very well to do. You have no lack. You have everything that you need. You're independent. You're smart. You have a lot of things going for you. And maybe this person feels like they're just not up to par, like not on your level. And maybe you don't think that way, but they kind of are thinking that way. And maybe they feel like they don't have much to offer, or like you can pretty much give everything that you need to yourself, and they feel like they can't, like, I don't know, they feel like they don't know where their part is. Like, where do I contribute? I feel like I don't have anything to contribute, because everything that Sagittarius needs, like, they already have. Like, they don't need me. And maybe that's what kind of like makes them start to question things or want to push you away and just kind of escape, because they just don't feel like they'll ever be good enough maybe for you. And that's something that's deep rooted, that maybe they've never said, or they would never like say to you out loud, but it's just like internal thoughts that people can sometimes go through. But for you, you're not, it's hard. I think it's hard, or it's been hard for you to let go of them. You're still emotionally connected to this person, and like, you know, once you're in it, and you don't want to let go. It's been really hard for you to let go, because part of the reason is like you don't understand it. You don't know why. Like, what? Like, everything was good. Like, how could they just like push me away or start doing this? I don't get it. And it's because they never wanted to. You guys are connected. They didn't want to let you go. They didn't want to push you away. They just felt like they had to. So there's a big difference there. It's not like they don't love you. They don't care about you. They did it because they feel like that's what they need to do, even if it goes against how they really feel. So of course you're not going to understand it. You're like, no, I know they love me. I know they care about me. Why are they doing this? I can't put my finger on it. And that's why. And yeah, I just feel like it's not the end, and you're still holding on because you know that deep down inside this can't be. Like, it's not what they say, or even if they did tell you it's for something else, that's not the reason. It's because of this, their insecurities, their addictions, or things that they're dealing with, not feeling good enough, not feeling like they have anything to offer, or they can't live up to your expectations, or maybe they feel like they can't give you everything that you need, and would rather just kind of like push you away instead of like face the truth and disappoint you. Even though either way, either option, they are disappointing you. Okay, so let's continue on with Extended to get more information, see where their energy is at, what are they thinking, what are they feeling when it comes to you, what they don't want you to know that maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. Okay, so we'll continue on with Extended. Link will be below. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. All right, take care. Bye.